Life doesn't always go as planned. Sometimes. It throws curveballs that knock us off our feet. It's not about how hard you get hit. It's about how you get back up. That's what mental strength is all about. You're here today because you want to be tougher, stronger, better equipped to handle life's challenges. You've got it in you. Every single one of you has the potential to be mentally strong. It's not some magic gift that only a few people are born with. It's a skill. A muscle that you can build and strengthen over time. Think about the last time you faced a tough situation. Maybe it was a setback at work, a personal loss, or a fear you couldn't shake. How did you handle it? Did you crumble under the pressure? Or did you stand tall? Whatever your answer, know this: you're still here. You survived. And that alone is proof of your inner strength. But surviving isn't enough, is it? We want to thrive. We want to face our challenges head on and come out stronger on the other side. That's why we're talking about mental strength today. Mental strength isn't about being emotionless or never feeling fear. It's about acknowledging your emotions, facing your fears, and moving forward anyway. It's about building resilience, developing grit, and cultivating a mindset that sees obstacles as opportunities. Let's break it down. What does it mean to be mentally strong? It means having the ability to regulate your thoughts, manage your emotions, and behave productively despite your circumstances. It means being able to bounce back from failure, learn from your mistakes, and keep pushing forward even when things get tough. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. That sounds great. But I'm not naturally mentally strong. Well, I have got news for you. Nobody is. Mental strength isn't something you're born with. It's something you develop through practice and persistence. Your mind like a muscle. Just as you can strengthen your physical muscles through exercise, you can strengthen your mental muscles through deliberate practice. And just like physical exercise, it's not always easy or comfortable. But the results, they're worth every ounce of effort. So how do we build this mental strength? It starts with self-awareness. You need to understand your thoughts, your emotions, your reactions. Pay attention to how you respond to stress, to failure, to uncertainty. Don't judge yourself, just observe. This awareness is the foundation of mental strength. Once you're aware, you can start to challenge your thoughts. Our minds are powerful things, but they can also be tricksters. They feed us lies, tell us we're not good enough, convince us that we can't handle what life throws our way. But here's the secret: you don't have to believe every thought that pops into your head. When you catch yourself thinking negatively, pause. Ask yourself, is this thought helpful? Is it true? Is there another way to look at this situation? This isn't about forcing positivity. It's about being realistic and balanced in your thinking. Being mentally strong doesn't mean suppressing your feelings. In fact, it's quite the opposite. Mental strength comes from acknowledging your emotions, understanding them, and learning to express them in healthy ways. Feel angry, that's okay. Feel sad, that's fine too. The key is not to let these emotions control you. Feel them. Express them if you need to. But don't let them dictate your actions. You are in control, not your emotions. Now, let's move on to behavior. This is where the rubber meets the road. Mental strength isn't just about what goes on in your head. It's about how you act in the face of challenges. Mentally strong people take responsibility for their lives. They don't blame others for their problems or wait for someone else to fix things. They take action. They make decisions. They face their fears head on. This doesn't mean they never make mistakes or never feel afraid. It means they push through anyway, They know that growth happens outside their comfort zone. So they're willing to step out into the unknown. In our success-driven world, failure can feel like the end of the world. But mentally strong people understand that failure is just a stepping stone to success. They don't let setbacks define them. Instead, they use them as learning opportunities. Remember, every successful person you admire has failed. Probably multiple times. The difference is they didn't let those failures stop them. They picked themselves up, dusted themselves off, and tried again. That's mental strength in action. Now, I want you to think about a goal you have, something you really want to achieve. Got it? Good. Now, I want you to imagine all the obstacles that might stand in your way. All the things that could go wrong. Feel that fear creeping in. That's normal. But here's where mental strength comes in. Instead of letting that fear paralyze you, use it as fuel. Let it motivate you to prepare, to plan, to push harder. Turn that fear into determination. Mental strength is also about perseverance. It's about staying committed to your goals even when the going gets tough. It's about showing up day after day, putting in the work, even when you don't feel like it. A time when you wanted to give up on something, but you pushed through anyway. Maybe it was finishing a tough project at work, or sticking to a fitness routine, or learning a new skill. How did you feel when you finally accomplished your goal? That sense of pride, of achievement, that's the reward of mental strength. But mental strength isn't just about individual achievement. It's also about how you interact with others. Mentally strong people are able to set healthy boundaries. They know how to say no when they need to. They don't let others' opinions dictate their self-worth. At the same time, they're not afraid to ask for help when they need it. They understand that seeking support isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of wisdom. They build strong relationships and create support systems that help them through tough times. If there's one constant in life, it's change. And for many of us, change can be scary. We get comfortable in our routines, in our ways of thinking. But mental strength is about being adaptable. It's about embracing change as an opportunity for growth. When faced with change, mentally strong people don't waste energy wishing things would stay the same. Instead, they ask themselves, how can I make the best of this situation? What can I learn from this? They see change as a chance to prove their resilience, to develop new skills, to become even stronger. Resilience is a key component of mental strength. It's the ability to bounce back from adversity, to recover from setbacks, to adapt in the face of trauma or stress. Building resilience isn't about avoiding stress or hardship. It's about developing the tools to handle these challenges effectively. It's about cultivating a growth mindset that sees problems as opportunities for learning and development. One way to build resilience is through reframing. This means changing the way you look at a situation. Instead of seeing a problem as insurmountable, you view it as a challenge to overcome. Instead of viewing criticism as a personal attack, you see it as feedback that can help you improve. For example, let's say you lose your job. That's a tough situation, no doubt. But instead of thinking, this is the end of my career, you could reframe it as, this is an opportunity to explore new career paths I have been interested in. See the difference. Same situation, different perspective. Another key aspect of mental strength is self-discipline. This is the ability to control your impulses, to delay gratification, to stick to your commitments even when you don't feel like it. Self-discipline isn't about punishing yourself or denying yourself pleasure. It's about making choices that align with your long-term goals and values. Even when it's not easy in the moment. For instance, it's self-discipline that gets you out of bed for an early morning workout when you'd rather sleep in. It's self-discipline that helps you save money for the future instead of spending it all now. It's self-discipline that keeps you working on your goals even when progress seems slow. Self-discipline is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Each time you choose the harder right over the easier wrong, you're building your mental strength. Fear is a natural human emotion. It's designed to keep us safe, but sometimes fear can hold us back from reaching our full potential. Mentally strong people aren't fearless. They feel fear just like everyone else. The difference is in how they respond to it. Instead of letting fear paralyze them, they use it as a signal. They ask themselves, what is this fear trying to tell me? Is there a real threat here? Or is this just my mind playing tricks on me? They analyze their fears rationally and then take action despite them. Remember, courage isn't the absence of fear. Courage is feeling the fear and doing it anyway. Every time you face a fear, you're building your mental strength. Let's move on to the power of positive self-talk. The way you talk to yourself has a huge impact on your mental strength. Negative self-talk can undermine your confidence and sabotage your efforts. Positive self-talk, on the other hand, can boost your motivation and help you persevere through challenges. This doesn't mean you should ignore your problems or pretend everything is perfect. It means treating yourself with the same kindness and encouragement you'd offer a good friend. Instead of beating yourself up over mistakes, learn from them. Instead of telling yourself, I can't do this, say, this is difficult, but I'm going to give it my best shot. Another crucial aspect of mental strength is the ability to manage stress. Stress is an inevitable part of life, but it doesn't have to control you. Mentally strong people have strategies for coping with stress in healthy ways. This might include practices like meditation or mindfulness, which can help you stay grounded in the present moment instead of worrying about the future. It might involve regular exercise, which not only reduces stress but also boosts your mood and energy levels. It could be as simple as taking a few deep breaths when you feel overwhelmed, or setting aside time for activities you enjoy. The key is to find what works for you and make it a regular part of your routine. Don't wait until you're stressed to the breaking point. Incorporate stress management techniques into your daily life to build your resilience over time. The importance of taking care of your physical health. Your mental and physical health are closely connected. It's hard to be mentally strong if you're constantly exhausted, poorly nourished, or in physical pain. Make sure you're getting enough sleep. Eat a balanced diet that fuels your body and brain. Exercise regularly, not just for your physical health, but for the mental benefits as well. Take care of any health issues promptly. When you feel good physically, you're better equipped to handle mental and emotional challenges. Another key component of mental strength is the ability to set and pursue goals. Mentally strong people know what they want and they're willing to work for it. They set clear, specific goals and develop plans to achieve them. They're not set in stone. Mentally strong people are flexible. They're willing to adjust their goals or their methods if circumstances change. They understand that there's often more than one path to success. And speaking of success, how mentally strong people define it. They don't measure their worth by external markers like wealth, status, or others' approval. They set their own standards and live by their own values. This internal locus of control is crucial for mental strength. It means you're not at the mercy of circumstances or other people's opinions. You take responsibility for your choices and your life. You understand that while you can't control everything that happens to you, you can always control how you respond. Building mental strength doesn't mean you will never have bad days. It doesn't mean you will never feel sad or angry or frustrated. Mental strength isn't about suppressing emotions or pretending everything is fine when it's not. In fact, mentally strong people are often more in touch with their emotions. They allow themselves to feel the full range of human experiences. The difference is, they don't let these emotions control them. They feel their feelings, express them in healthy ways, and then move forward. Remember, it's okay to have bad days. It's okay to struggle sometimes. What matters is how you handle these moments. Do you let them defeat you? Or do you use them as opportunities to practice your mental strength? The role of gratitude in building mental strength. Gratitude isn't just about saying thank you when someone does something nice for you. It's a mindset, a way of looking at the world that can dramatically increase your resilience and mental toughness. Mentally strong people make a habit of noticing and appreciating the good things in their lives, no matter how small. This doesn't mean they ignore problems or pretend everything is perfect. It means they choose to focus on what's going right, even in the midst of challenges. Practicing gratitude can shift your perspective. Instead of dwelling on what you lack, you start to appreciate what you have. This can boost your mood, reduce stress, and increase your overall life satisfaction. It can help you stay positive and motivated, even when facing difficulties. Try this. At the end of each day, think of 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big things. Maybe you're grateful for a delicious meal, a kind word from a friend, or a beautiful sunset. The more you practice gratitude, the more natural it becomes. The importance of continuous learning and building mental strength. Mentally strong people are lifelong learners. They're curious about the world around them and always seeking to expand their knowledge and skills. This willingness to learn keeps your mind flexible and adaptable. It helps you stay relevant in a rapidly changing world. It gives you confidence in your ability to handle new situations. And it keeps life interesting and engaging. Learning doesn't have to mean formal education. It could be reading books, listening to podcasts, taking online courses, or simply talking to people with different experiences and perspectives than your own. The key is to keep your mind open and active. Another crucial aspect of mental strength is the ability to forgive. This includes forgiving others who have wronged you, but also forgiving yourself for your own mistakes and shortcomings. Holding on to anger and resentment takes a lot of mental and emotional energy. It can keep you stuck in the past and prevent you from moving forward. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting or excusing harmful behavior. It means choosing to let go of negative emotions so they don't continue to hurt you. Self-forgiveness is equally important. We all make mistakes. We all have moments we're not proud of. Mentally strong people acknowledge their mistakes, learn from them, and then forgive themselves and move on. They don't let past errors define their future. The power of habits in building mental strength. Your daily habits shape your life. Mentally strong people cultivate habits that support their goals and values. This might mean waking up early to exercise or meditate. It might mean setting aside time each day for learning or personal development. It might mean practicing gratitude or positive self-talk. The specific habits don't matter as much as the consistency. Remember, small actions repeated consistently over time lead to big results. Don't underestimate the power of small daily habits to transform your life and build your mental strength. The role of relationships in mental strength. No one is an island. Even the strongest among us need support sometimes. Mentally strong people understand this and cultivate positive relationships. This doesn't mean surrounding yourself with yes men who never challenge you. It means building relationships with people who support your growth, who encourage you when you're down, who celebrate your successes, and who give you honest feedback when you need it. At the same time, mentally strong people are willing to distance themselves from toxic relationships. They understand that some people drain their energy and undermine their efforts. They set boundaries and prioritize relationships that are mutually beneficial. The importance of self-reflection in building mental strength. Mentally strong people take time to examine their thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. They ask themselves tough questions and are honest with themselves about their strengths and weaknesses. This self-reflection allows them to learn from their experiences, to understand their motivations, and to make better decisions in the future. It helps them stay true to their values and adjust their course when needed. Try setting aside some time each week for self-reflection. Ask yourself what went well this week. What could I have done better? What did I learn? How am I progressing towards my goals? Mentally strong people have a sense of purpose that guides their actions and decisions. This doesn't necessarily mean having a grand, world-changing mission, although it could. It simply means having a clear idea of what's important to you and why you do what you do. Having a sense of purpose can provide motivation during tough times. It can help you prioritize your time and energy. It can give your life a sense of meaning and direction. If you're not sure of your purpose, start by thinking about what truly matters to you, what gets you out of bed in the morning. What would you do even if you weren't paid for it? What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind? Your purpose doesn't have to be grandiose. It can be as simple as being a loving parent, creating beautiful art, or helping others in your community. Once you've identified your purpose, let it guide your decisions. Use it as a compass when you're faced with tough choices. When you're aligned with your purpose, you will find that your mental strength grows naturally. You will be more resilient in the face of setbacks because you understand the bigger picture. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present in the moment, aware of your thoughts and feelings without judgment. It's a powerful tool for managing stress, improving focus, and enhancing emotional regulation, all key components of mental strength. Practicing mindfulness doesn't mean you have to sit in lotus position for hours. It can be as simple as taking a few deep breaths and focusing on the present moment. Notice the sensations in your body, the sounds around you, the thoughts passing through your mind. Don't try to change anything, just observe. Over time, this practice can help you become more aware of your thought patterns and emotional reactions. You will start to notice when you're getting caught up in negative thinking or when stress is building up in your body. This awareness gives you the power to choose how you respond, rather than reacting automatically. Let's move on to the concept of grit. Grit is a combination of passion and perseverance for long-term goals. It's what keeps you going when the going gets tough. People with grit understand that success rarely comes overnight. They're willing to put in the hard work, day after day, even when they don't see immediate results. Developing grit means learning to delay gratification. It means staying committed to your goals, even when you face setbacks or when your motivation wanes. It's about having the stamina to stick with your future, day in, day out, not just for the week, not just for the month, but for years. How can you develop grit? Start by setting long-term goals that align with your values and passions. Break these goals down into smaller, manageable steps. Celebrate small victories along the way, but don't lose sight of the bigger picture. When you face obstacles, and you will view them as challenges to overcome rather than reasons to give up. Remember, grit isn't about never failing. It's about how you handle failure when it happens. Do you throw in the towel? Or do you learn from the experience and keep pushing forward? Mentally strong people choose the latter. Emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage your own emotions, as well as the emotions of others. It's a crucial skill for navigating relationships, handling stress, and making sound decisions. People with high emotional intelligence are typically more resilient and better equipped to handle life's challenges. They're able to stay calm under pressure, empathize with others, and communicate effectively even in difficult situations. To develop your emotional intelligence, start by working on self-awareness. Pay attention to your emotions throughout the day. What triggers certain feelings? How do these emotions affect your thoughts and behaviors? The more you understand your emotional patterns, the better you can manage them. Next, practice empathy. Try to see situations from other people's perspectives. This doesn't mean you have to agree with everyone, but understanding where others are coming from can help you navigate conflicts more effectively and build stronger relationships. Another key aspect of mental strength is the ability to maintain focus in a world full of distractions. We live in an age of information overload, where notifications, emails, and social media constantly vie for our attention. Mentally strong people are able to cut through this noise and focus on what truly matters. Improving your focus is like building a muscle that takes consistent practice. Start by setting aside specific times for focused work, free from distractions. Turn off notifications on your phone and computer during these periods if your mind wanders. Gently bring it back to the task at hand. Over time, you will find it easier to maintain concentration for longer periods. Remember, focus isn't just about productivity. It's also about being fully present in your life. Whether you're working on a project, spending time with loved ones, or enjoying a hobby, give it your full attention. This level of engagement not only improves your performance, but also enhances your overall life satisfaction. Optimism isn't about ignoring problems or pretending everything is perfect. It's about maintaining a positive outlook even in the face of challenges. It's the belief that good things can happen and that your actions can make a difference. Optimistic people tend to be more resilient. They see setbacks as temporary and surmountable, rather than permanent and overwhelming. They're more likely to take action to solve problems instead of falling into helplessness. Optimism isn't just a personality trait you're born with. It's a skill you can develop. Start by challenging negative thoughts. When something goes wrong, ask yourself, is this really as bad as I think it is? What's the worst that could happen? What's the best that could happen? What's the most likely outcome? Practice looking for the silver lining in difficult situations. This doesn't mean ignoring the negative aspects, but rather choosing to focus on what you can learn or gain from the experience. Over time, this positive focus can become a habit, boosting your resilience and mental strength. Boundaries are the limits you set for yourself in your relationships and interactions with the world. They define what you're willing to accept, what you're comfortable with, and how you expect to be treated. Mentally strong people understand the importance of boundaries. They know that saying no to things that don't align with their values or goals frees up time and energy for the things that truly matter. They're not afraid to speak up when someone crosses a line. And they're willing to walk away from situations or relationships that consistently disrespect their boundaries. Setting boundaries isn't about being selfish or rigid. It's about respecting yourself and teaching others how to treat you. It's about preserving your mental and emotional energy so you can give your best to the things that are most important to you. Start by identifying areas in your life where you feel drained or resentful. These are often signs that you need to set or reinforce boundaries. Be clear about your limits. Communicate them respectfully and be consistent in enforcing them. Remember, you're not responsible for other people's reactions to your boundaries. You're only responsible for communicating them clearly and respectfully. Let's move on to the concept of mental flexibility. Mental strength isn't about being rigid or stubborn. It's about being able to adapt to changing circumstances while staying true to your core values. Mentally flexible people are able to consider different perspectives, adjust their approach when needed, and bounce back from setbacks. Developing mental flexibility starts with challenging your own assumptions and beliefs. Are there areas where you tend to be black and white in your thinking? Practice looking for shades of gray. When you encounter a problem, try to come up with multiple solutions instead of fixating on one approach. Embrace new experiences and ideas. Step out of your comfort zone regularly. This could mean trying a new hobby, traveling to a new place, or simply striking up a conversation with someone who has a different background or perspective than you. The more diverse your experiences, the more flexible your thinking becomes. Remember, being mentally flexible doesn't mean compromising your values or being wishy-washy in your decisions. It means being open to new information and willing to adjust your course when it makes sense to do so. Top athletes, successful entrepreneurs, and high achievers in various fields often use visualization techniques to improve their performance and reach their goals. Visualization isn't just daydreaming, it's a focused mental practice where you create vivid, detailed mental images of what you want to achieve. When you visualize, your brain activates many of the same neural pathways that would be activated when you're actually performing the action. This can help you feel more prepared and confident when you face the real situation. To practice visualization, start by finding a quiet place where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes and imagine yourself successfully performing a task or achieving a goal. Make the image as detailed as possible. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you feel? Engage all your senses to make the visualization more powerful. Use visualization to prepare for challenging situations, to reinforce positive habits, or to stay motivated towards your long-term goals. The more you practice, the more natural and effective it becomes. Many people mistakenly believe that being tough on themselves is the key to success. They think that self-criticism will motivate them to do better. But research shows that self-compassion is actually more effective for building resilience and achieving long-term goals. Self-compassion means treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer a good friend. It means recognizing that everyone makes mistakes and faces challenges. Instead of beating yourself up when things go wrong, you offer yourself support and encouragement. Practicing self-compassion doesn't mean making excuses for your mistakes or letting yourself off the hook. It means acknowledging your humanness, learning from your experiences, and moving forward with kindness and determination. And now, to develop self-compassion, start by becoming aware of your self-talk. When you face a setback or make a mistake, what do you say to yourself? If it's overly harsh or critical, try reframing it in a more compassionate way. Ask yourself, what would I say to a friend in this situation? Can I offer myself the same kindness? Remember, mental strength isn't about being perfect. It's about being resilient in the face of challenges. And self-compassion is a key ingredient in building that resilience. The importance of taking action in building mental strength. It's easy to get caught up in planning, analyzing, and preparing. But at some point, you need to take that leap and actually do something. Mentally strong people understand that action is the bridge between their dreams and reality. They know that you can't think your way to success, you have to act your way there. They're not afraid to start before they feel completely ready, because they understand that readiness is a myth. You become ready by doing. Taking action doesn't mean being reckless or impulsive. It means making a plan and then following through. Even when you're not sure of the outcome. It means being willing to make mistakes and learn from them. It means pushing through fear and self-doubt to pursue what's important to you. Break your goals down into manageable steps and commit to taking one action every day, no matter how small. Celebrate these small victories. They build momentum and boost your confidence, making it easier to take bigger actions in the future. Remember, mental strength is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. Every time you face a fear, overcome an obstacle, or push through discomfort, you're building your mental strength. Every time you choose the harder right over the easier wrong, you're becoming mentally stronger. Building mental strength is a journey, not a destination. It's something you work on every day, in big ways and small. Some days will be easier than others. There will be setbacks and challenges along the way. But with each challenge you face, with each obstacle you overcome, you become stronger. Start building your mental strength. Choose one area we've discussed, whether it's practicing gratitude, setting boundaries, taking action towards your goals, or any other aspect, and commit to working on it every day for the next month. See how it changes your life. Remember, you have the power to shape your thoughts, your actions, and ultimately your life. You have the capacity to be mentally strong. It's not about where you start. It's about the small steps you take every day to become the best version of yourself. Your journey to mental strength starts now. Embrace the challenges, learn from your experiences, and keep moving forward. You've got this. Now go out there and show the world just how strong you can be.